Just want to have another look at some more features of what's going on with the stairs. So here we've got our floor plan here and our stairs. So turn that off. We can do stuff here like add tread numbers. So you could grab that and it will automatically add them for you. You could tag it by riser or by tread perhaps. You might want to change the display rule. So maybe just start and end. So let me just select that. So if we want to do it on the tread and start and end, maybe you don't need every single numbering on the stair. Maybe you do. You can do that. That's just been assigned to the left quarter or to the far left. On the left quarter, and you could potentially make a few more tweaks should you want to. So maybe I want to have mine going up vertically. You can also go and grab the up tool here, the text. That can be adjusted as well. So again, if you want to rotate that around and position it here, you could potentially edit that type. So it might be a bit too big. We could change that to another size depending on what we've got here, maybe 1.8 for Arial. Other things you could do is the arrowhead here. You may want to have a start symbol type or an arrowhead on it. So some people like to have an open dot, for example, maybe 1.5 open dot, and they also like to have a full arrowhead. So this is just a 1.25mm one, but maybe you want to have it going across the entire stair. So this is possible. I just need to remember which one it is to choose from. Oh, sorry, it's right underneath it, full step arrow. And that's just for corner stairs. And we just go apply. It's now looking a little bit nicer graphically. Other things we had over here was having a stair path. So there's numerous things that you can start to get familiar with here should you want to add more detail to your model. Once it's been modeled, you can add more annotation here. A couple other things. We can start to get in and edit the stairs in two ways. So you can do it edit type, or actually you can drop down here and choose the one that you're interested in. You could also potentially change the tread depth. So maybe 250 is a bit too tight. You could do that. Depending on the formulas behind the stairs, it will allow you to do things, or it will stop you from flexing certain things. So there are some calculation rules that you could start to apply here. Stairs, like in any project, can be tricky, so it takes a bit of time to learn these properly. So I've already adjusted the tread depth, but I'll just do it here. At the moment, these are the tread types that we've got at the moment. So this starts to tell us the thickness, nosing length, nosing profile. So profiles are basically polylines in your project that you can add in here. So if I go and add, say, a radius here, give it a nosing length of 40, maybe drop the tread down to 20, see what that does. You could also have it slanted, and we'll just go apply. Now when we go to our section here, you'll get an idea of what we've just done. So you can see we've added a bit of a nosing here, a bit of an odd sort of detail. So again, you can just go back into here, and maybe you want to change this again. So with the riser, so for the tread material, tread thickness, maybe I want to keep it 20, nosing 0, and no nosing anyway. And then we'll turn off the risers, so none of that will be applicable, just an open tread. And you can also change the materials here. Now we have some open treaded stairs here. So pretty simple stuff once you get familiar with it. You can add supports, stringers left, stringers right, cut mark, so it's a zigzag. You can fiddle with that if your graphics for your stairs are really crucial. But those are just some simple ways to manipulate the stairs. The other one here is to actually go into edit the stairs. There's another one there that allows you to create multi-story stairs as well that will flex around the different levels, but we're just doing a single story at the moment. So when we come to edit those stairs, there's a few more features that might be available here. You can grab certain parts of the file, so you've got here where you can drag it out or take it back. You want to finish it. Now this may change some of the parameters here. I think the riser may have gone up. Bring that one back. That's taking the whole length back. So these are just a couple of things that we can do to drag and drop them. So one is drag the run end, and the other one is runs, just telling you the shape handle. Also here in ground floor plan, you can start to edit this as a sketch. This is like the older way, you used to be able to create stairs, but there's other features here to do straight, spiral, your winders. This one can be a bit messy. You will need to sort of tidy it up in sketch mode afterwards. We can also add a landing, so you can go and put a landing at the top of the stairs here. You can add supports. You can, yeah, that's just doing the run. So let's just see how that goes. It probably didn't like me adding a landing here just because it's not a dog-led stair. So let me just show you that, just to give you an idea how that's done. So ground floor plan, and we'll just do a set of stairs. I'll do it two ways. So maybe you want to have that dog-led stair. So this one tells us that we need to have, say, 14 risers. Let's just go in here, and you can see this 7 created. Now let's say I want to not have a dog leg, but have this. That will do the set of stairs for me as well. So it's kind of a nice little feature there to help. Now that's not showing at the moment because I've got that view cropped. So let's bring this out a little bit so you can see those stairs. So that's a nice simple way. It's still got those older handrails on it. Now if you don't want to use those handrails, there's other ones that I've got loaded in the project now which you can start to use. So that can all be manipulated as you develop that project, or you can delete them out of the stairs. And now finally just going back to editing these stairs. Just going to give us a landing at the top. It's not gonna. Oh, here we go. So here's where the supports could go. I may have dropped it in twice here. Let me just do it again. You can kind of see it highlighting here, but it's not liking me at the moment. Let's just bring this up. Let's go wireframe. I think it's gone and added a support. So let me just escape out of that and just show you what that means. It's a hidden line, turn, and then with nothing selected, just get rid of that, get rid of that, get rid of that. It's already got stringers in here for support, so now when I go and add a support, now that's working. And these supports could become other items. So at the moment, we could go to edit type, and we could go to a section profile, and if you like to have a C-channel profile, you can go apply, and you'll see here now we've got a C-channel support. It is going the wrong way, so I'm just go back to edit and flip it, and you could adjust some of the items here just to get it looking right. So hope that makes a bit of sense, but this is how you can add supports. The best way to do it is potentially to go and use things like Advanced Steel. Advanced Steel comes in the AC collections and has a really powerful steer tool, and of course you can work with the fabricator to manufacture it directly from the model. So this is kind of good for design intent, but depending on the codes and where you are working in the world, it can be a little bit tricky. You can sort of see here we're getting into some problems with how that might work at that particular junction. So definitely good for design intent. You can tweak it, and get some good results. But yeah, if you want to be able to fabricate from it or get right down into a lot of detail, either like before, go to a manufacturer's website or BIM Object or something like that. They have detailed stairs which are ready to be fabricated. You can grab those and work with those, and then work with that particular manufacturer to build your set of stairs, and they, you know the restrictions and everything they can fabricate to before you get on site and discover it could be a problem. Okay, so that was just a bit of an update on stairs. Just to recap, just touched on some of the annotate tools here. So again, it's not showing here. You need to go into plan to do annotation. So we just did the adjustment of the arrows, some numbering, and then I just fumbled my way through the stair tool to show you how to do potentially a stair with a landing. You can do the winders, but I don't particularly like them. If you're forced to do a winder in a project, you'll have to make it and then edit the sketch. You can see here in the little video it's not the nicest stair design tool, but it will do the trick.